Don't worry about it, it's all good. First of all, she let me keep my sense of humor. And I was never in any jeopardy at all. We were always crazy. I remember I'd meet her every morning, and she would tell me all the weird stuff going on in the hospital, and we'd joke about this and that. And, well, yeah, but it was lots of fun, and I always had a feeling that my mother both appreciated humor and appreciated my humor, unless it got me kicked out of school or something. And even then, it was kind of like, well, okay, you'll learn not to do that again. So, my humor is something I can see my mother let me keep. One of the other things is my sense of dignity. Oddly enough, Mom knew exactly when to cut the strings. She knew exactly when to say, "All right, you're not a kid. You're on your own, and God bless you." But she'd walk along there by your side until she realized that it was her time to stop. And I remember one time we were down at the UW district or someplace, and I was doing something that I don't usually do, buy clothes. And I was looking at shops, and I walked into one, and just did my business, and came out and bought something, and I realized Mom had been out on the curb this whole time. And I go, "Mom, why didn't you come in?" She said, "Well, I figured you were old enough and you'd want your mother behind you in a clothing store." So, and I hadn't really known she wasn't there. So, but it reminded me that Mom it was that time. And of course. One of the other things that my mom let me keep was my sense of art and music, primarily because she didn't force me to go back to this nun that would constantly slap my hands when I messed up with the piano. And even though she played the piano, and I remember this vague, fuzzy memory of her trying to get me to practice, she never forced it on me. So I still love music to this day, and I still love the creative aspects because, well, I can think of uncounted stories of where I took something apart, or I remember my first chemistry set, I stained the rug in like 5 minutes after opening it with blue dye that I was making ink. I drilled holes in the floor. I took apart the car once to get into the trunk because I locked the keys in and they were gone and I didn't want them to know it. So I used to cut a hole in one of the cars to get in it. On and on and on. And Mom never really took that sense away from me. The other thing, the last thing I'll share is my sense of adventure. I've gone on all kinds of weird pilgrimages, trips, whatever. And Mom was, she may not have supported it in the direct sense of doing something, but she was always there supporting me doing it. She never said, "That's stupid," or "Don't do it." And I have this really clear memory of every time I see red and gold, reminds me of this one event in my life. I was in my 20s. I'd come back from Alaska. I didn't have any money, didn't want to hang out at home. And so I thought, well, I'll just go out on the beach and live for a month. Just, pack up 150 pounds of food and mostly books and carry it out onto this strip of the Olympic National Ocean. And who would help me along in this but my mother? My father was there too, but I just remember my mother. She's in her winter red coat. I don't know how many of you remember that. It was one of the few good coats she had. We're out 20 miles out on the Olympic Peninsula, near the Olympic coast, on a trail that is very rugged. And I've got this pack, I've got this scuba gear, I've got all this stuff. And she's carrying my rope, my gold braid rope, my climbing rope, which was about this long. And I just remember looking back and seeing this woman on a trail in a good winter coat carrying this rope kind of like this. And I go, okay, that's a memory. And she let me go. I mean, no worries, no recriminations. And then when I showed up,
too soon.
Too soon. with 20 other people who I had owned a ride back from, who just needed some place to stay for the night because they were on a bus tour. My mom let them in, even though she didn't have a bathroom, even though she just said
they went to Green Lake.
They went to Green Lake. So I just wanted to acknowledge my mother that everything that God gave me, that she let me have, I appreciate Very
May I
much.
do a postscript on that? The good thing was I worked nights, so all these bodies were there, and I was away at work while they were sleeping, and then they all had to go down to Green Lake to go use the photograph, so I could get my soup.
Yeah.
That's it.
I just wanted to point out too, it dawned on me later in life that my mother, being a good Catholic, had used working nights as a form of family planning. And I've often wondered if she started doing that earlier, if I'd even be here. So, I am so glad. Here's my brother Bill.
Okay,
Hi.
yesterday I had a really nice speech, all ready to go. It was all nice stuff, and Grandma Betty said, well, I don't care what you say, just make sure it's funny. So I had to throw that away. That would have been embarrassing, because it was just nice. So I'm not going to talk about me. I'm going to talk about our guest one. Okay, so we all speak in code. And when I was younger, I listened to the words, but I really didn't understand the meaning behind the words. So even though it's late for a lot of us, I'm going to help us all decode some of Bettyisms. And this is a good thing to do because if you really love somebody, you won't hold them hostage to what they say. You'll look deeper and find the true meaning. So the first Bettyism I'm going to tell you about is, it goes like this. Oh, shut up. You've heard that, haven't you? Now, when she says, oh, shut up, what she's really saying is, keep talking, I like what you're saying, but there's the fine balance between the truth and love that's a little bit tipped over, and you just need to work on it a little bit. What you're saying is not appropriate, and it doesn't need to be appropriate, but it maybe is a little too inappropriate. Okay, so the next one is, what are you gonna be? A bum? And when she says this, I was younger, that upset me, but what she really meant was, hard work is good. You are very special. You have a lot of hidden talent, like a flower ready to bloom. One moment. Let's see. Okay, so here's another good one. Oh yeah, he really thinks he's a big shot. This one is proof that Betty believes in an afterlife. The last will be first, and the first will be last. And you don't want all your blessings here on earth. It's good to be humble. Work hard, serve other people. It's better to be served. It's better to serve than to be served. Okay, so here this is the last one. Okay, here it goes. Oh well, it doesn't really matter. That's for stuff like mom's telling a story and she forgets the names and the relevant dates, and as you get older, certain things fail, but none of us want to hear you complain about how brilliant you used to be or how wonderful you used to be. Just move along with it. It doesn't matter. And Betty proves this one when she's playing her accordion and she misses a key. She misses a note. But she keeps time because we all want to end at the same place even if we get a little confused. Okay, so I got one more. Your hair. It looks like you put your finger in a socket. Now, I'm not sure about this one. I think it might be code for you have an uncanny sense of style, or it might just mean It just might mean your hair looks like you put your finger inside. That's all I got. Happy birthday, Mom.